This guy turned $21,000 into $325,000 in just the space of 28 days. In this video, I'm going to show you a brand new, never before seen method to find individuals like this time and time again and understand exactly where their next trades are coming from. As well as that, if you've got the patience to be in the top 5% of people in crypto, then stick around to the end of this video and I'll tell you exactly the coins that this individual has been buying recently that are going to blow you away, because those could be our next massive gainers. So hit that like button and let's get into today's video. Now guys, first of all, I just want to look at this particular profile for this gentleman or lady, whoever it might be, and you can see just what they have been doing on their portfolio. Now, as you know, if you've been paying attention in crypto over the last month or so, the whole market has been pumping towards the upside as Bitcoin has had a fairly good run. So many of you will be like, well, it's been easy for him to do this because, you know, the whole market's moving. But if you haven't been doing this and you haven't literally like got a 10x on every single coin you're holding, then you're probably doing it wrong. Because look at this, guys. These are all of his different coins, and look at them. Most of them have been exploding towards the upside. And this wasn't by accident, okay? This is the portfolio down here, but we don't care about this one right now because these are all the gains that he's had. Where are the next gains coming from, and how did I find him over on Nanson? Well, first of all, we need to do this. We need to go across to CoinGecko.com. Free website. Not sponsored by me in any way. Now, chains. See? Click on chains, click on Ethereum chains. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, Ethereum's really expensive. Ethereum is damn expensive, but a lot of activity going on Ethereum right now. Actually, to be honest, I don't think Ethereum is a bad bet over the next few weeks. If you want a little bit of a safer investment, we are going to move into phase 2 of the bull market. That's a big time for Ethereum, but coins built on Ethereum will also benefit and have been benefiting more recently. Now, as you can imagine, I don't really give a shit about Tether and Ethereum and all that, because this is more of a sort of a degen friendly video. So what do we need to do? We need to click on coins under where it says Ethereum blockchain. Easy. Now what? Come across to the bottom. You can see all these different coins. Now look where it says customize on the right. Click customize, and then I'm just going to select and ensure that I've selected this 30-day price change. Okay, because we want to sort of see a bit of data for this individual or various individuals over a longer period of time, because I basically don't want someone who's just fluked it. And maybe you fluked it. You went and bought a coin that, you know, you heard about on a YouTube channel months ago and it's gone up. Good for you if that's happened. But, you know, we want to consistently do this and find people who are consistent in doing this. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to sort by 30-day gains here, okay? So just pressing this drop down so that we get the kind of like the top gainers over that period of time. Now, you'll notice up here that these are shifts in market cap. Ethereum obviously has the biggest market cap, and the shift, despite only being up a few percent, is crazy compared with a load of other projects. So we don't really care too much about this. What we want to do is go down below and start to get into some of these other ones. Now, there's a few that you may have heard of, but what we want to do is find maybe some of the smaller ones within this space that someone probably wouldn't have known about kind of on the fly. Here's one, Auto No Last, which if you subscribe to my channel, I mentioned this one a few weeks ago in a video that I was making on AI. Also, another one, Echelon Prime, which I talked about in a GameFi video. Now, these have got small market caps. Here you can see Echelon Prime, 276 million. Auto No Last, 277 million. So that's pretty good. Okay, under the billion market cap, kind of smaller, less well known about projects. So I've got selected these two. I mean, you could select any two of any of these, right? You could choose Beam, you could choose Auto No Last, you could go Immutable X, Echelon Prime, or whatever, right? But just for this one, we're going to go Echelon Prime, Auto No Last. Then we're going to go across to a new website I've been playing with called Nanson. Now, before you all have an absolute meltdown and like, this is not free, it's expensive. You're damn right. Nanson is pretty expensive. It's like $100 a month. But I will show you how to do this very same thing for free very shortly. And as well, if you don't really fancy spending $100 on this, later this week, I think maybe tomorrow, I will be launching a premium tier membership where I'll be taking people through live calls, live trading on a weekly basis, where I'll be running through exactly how to do this with Q&A sessions where you can sit and watch over my shoulder a few times a week. We'll also have various other guest speakers and lots of amazing new features. So you won't even need to buy memberships like this. You can just use it through me and I'll be taking you through how to do it. If you're interested in that, then join join the free Telegram down below. That's where I'll be announcing it first. Now, you can start for free and there is some cool stuff you can use, but I'm going to use the app because it shows us something very cool. Now, what I'm going to do is make sure I'm in the beta version, okay, which is the newer kind of version. And then what I'm going to do is come down to where it says tokens and I'm going to click on token overlap. Now, what this allows me to do is to select two tokens I was just talking about, one of which is Auto No Las, and the other of which is Epic Prime, was it? Epic Prime. Nailed it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is see the people down below who are holding both Auto No Las and Epic Prime. Now, what you want to do is go through some of these little token overlap balances until you find an individual worth paying attention to. Now, I've labeled one of them number 1, but you can go through a few of these different balances and see how these individuals have been performing over the last month. If we come to number 1, who I've just talked about, then you can see the performance of his portfolio. Up until around the 24th of September, not much was going. And then, yeah, the market started to increase. But notice how he was starting to make the right purchases around these times. And if you go and look in more detail at the exact times on these charts that he was going and buying Auto No Las, going and buying Epic Prime, it was literally just before those coins started to rip. So whether he's got inside knowledge, unknown. But he definitely has got his finger on the pulse and has been performing extremely strongly so far. You can see some of his top holdings here. He's got Beam, 33 grand. He's got INJ, 84k, 60k in ETH, obviously. Auto No Las, he's got like 17k. Epic, you can see down here, a bunch of money. And these are all the coins that he's been holding. But we don't care about what he's holding right now because maybe we've missed the pumps a little bit. But as you know, we want to find out what he's been trading in the very recent time. Remember, I made a video the other day about like Alex Becker and how this was working really well on Arkham, but that's basically just going on for following the hype behind Alex Becker. This is following more to do with kind of more quality projects than others. Now here we can see by clicking on transactions what's been going on in the last 24 hours. And you can see yesterday he bought this ARGS. And what was going on yesterday in ARGS? Well, we can see it's had a big rip towards the upside. It's then fallen back towards this buy zone, and he's been making this purchase somewhere around here. Now, guys, what I've told you in a number of recent videos is that you don't just blindly buy crypto coins that you don't know anything about, even if some guy who appears to know what he's talking about has been buying these coins. Why not? Well, because imagine if it goes and has a pull up like here, and then suddenly it takes a little dip. A lot of you, I'm sure yesterday, when various random shitcoins that you've been buying took a dip, were panic selling. Were you? If you were panic selling, it's probably for one of two reasons. One, because you're scared and you don't believe it's a bull market yet. Fair. Or two, because you don't have any idea whether it's going to keep going down or not. For example, if you buy this and you think that maybe the hype's gone and it's just a piece of shit coin and it just continues to fall, well, why would you stay in it? You don't know what it's going to do in the future, whether it's going to be able to deliver, anything like that. So we must have a bit of a basic understanding about what a coin is. Now, Agora's token. Before we look at Agora's token, there is a way you can do this manually. Remember, this is going to be the quick and easy way. I've always told you in the past, you've either got one of two things. You've either got money or you've got time. If you've got lots of money, then yeah, you can go and buy expensive platforms like Nanson. You don't have to invest so much of your time. You can go and join various like premium groups or whatever, and that's fine. And people are going to hold your hand and help you. But if you don't have the money, then that's fine. I can go over to June.com and use the token analyzer, which I've shown you before. Simply for this, all you would need to do would find one coin that's been pumping, such as Auto No Las. Choose a time about 30 days ago where you saw that pump starting to begin, which was around here on the 15th of November. So that's what, 27 days ago. 27 days ago, I come up. I want to copy the Ethereum contract address, which is here. You then paste in that contract address here. You then go up and make sure it says 30 days, ensure it says Ethereum, and then just hit enter, run 6 queries. And guys, if you haven't seen this before, you've not seen kind of methodology like this in crypto, then do me a favor, subscribe to the channel because I'm doing this every day with new tools that you need to know about, because you can do all of this stuff yourself. And in fact, you will be way better than everyone you're watching on YouTube, including me, if you invest some time in learning these tools. Now, what can we see using June.com? Come down below, you can see there's wallets being accumulated. This is pretty good for this particular coin. Tells me that there's some good growth coming. But what I want to see at the bottom of this is this particular top 100 trades by estimated profits, okay? And you can see as well the dates at which these were occurring. Remember, I said around the 15th of November, people buying these coins, okay? Here you got the wallet addresses. you can go and click on these wallet addresses. You can copy the wallet address. You can go to Arkham Intelligence, although you do need like a referral code. So if you go to the free Telegram link down below, guys, and ask for one, then give your email address and someone will need to send you one. It's a bit fiddly, but you can do it, okay? Right, launch the platform. And here we can just paste in that address that we just looked at. And then you can see this individual holds a bit of an auto NOLAS. In fact, has now sold it. And you can see all the different transactions and stuff this person's been doing. Now we need to find someone who's had multiple coins where they've started to make a lot of gains. And you can see here that this individual hasn't really been doing particularly well. This is where the time effort comes in. All you need to do, though, is invest half an hour to find people who've been making consistent returns. Then you can just copy these, you can set alerts, and you can just follow these people. And every time they're kind of making trades and stuff, then you've got a good insight about how to make money like them. This is not necessarily a great one to follow. That's why maybe you can use Nanson and invest a bit of money into this to make it easier. But I wanted to show you both ways, a free way and a paid way, to keep everyone happy and cheerful on this grey December day. Right, now what? What was I talking about? Okay, this guy, number one, we're going to call him, he bought Agoras. Okay, what do we know about Agoras? Well, to be honest with you, sweet FA. Okay, so you can then go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and search for that token that that individual has been buying in the last sort of 12 to 15 hours. Okay, you can see the price is still down. So he's been buying down in this dip as well, right? There's no guarantee that anything this individual buys is going to be 100% a winner, but you know, we're going off of previous success records and how to find some killer coins. So what we're going to do is use this to go and look at the website. Now, people are often asking me, like, how do you, research a website once you find it? Remember, guys, there is a bunch of new and crypto coins out there, and there is a lot of information you need to cover. So we need to do this quickly and very efficiently, and I'll continue to show you a few more tools. Now, here you are, tau.net. Formal methods like never before. Now, things we're looking for in this website. Overall, what is the look of the website? Can I see a team? Does the team have any previous experience in any particular projects? We need to get a hold of a white paper, and we're going to use an AI tool to analyze that. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. We also need to understand, is it in the particularly good niche or anything like that? Decentralized AI. Those are some nice narratives we like to hear, because AI, GameFi, real world assets, BRC20, which I'll talk about in tomorrow's video if you're subscribed, and lots of other good bits and pieces like that. I want to understand a little bit about market cap, and maybe a little bit about the social media. But we want to find out roughly whether or not it's going to be doing something of actual use, how far it is through that, okay? Okay, so this is effectively using AI to describe really complex different topics and simplify it to enable people to sell various different complex softwares and understand different complex software. No coding required, verification, validation, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you can see compare plans means you can go in and buy things, which means it has an active working product. It's actually making money, unlike most cryptos out there. You can go and see a little bit about enterprise solutions and things like that. Now, by the way, guys, anyone who's like, oh, this is a sponsored video, you would like to think that if they paid me to make this video, I would know more about it. So don't be dumb. Now, what I wanted to find was a white paper. All I did was go to Google and write Agoras white paper. Then I download this piece of paper here, white paper community draft, Agoras. Just going to bang that on the desktop. Then we're going to go across to our old friend Claude. And this is literally as it happens, guys. Okay, we might have edited out like 10 seconds of blank space and stuff, but this is literally as it happens. And then I'm going to upload this, go to desktop, get Agoras there. I spelled it wrong. Click open. Once I've opened it, I'm just going to say something like analyze this white paper and tell me pros and cons of this project from the eyes of an investor. Also, give me a summary of the project. Hit enter. Now we're just going to wait for Claude to do all that grunt work, because we got to rattle through lots of different projects. Once you sort of have narrowed it down to a short list of projects you're interested in, that's fine. You can go and analyze them more, and then you can go and potentially invest in them. And that's basically the crux of most of the things I do. And I know that might cheese a lot of people off who are like, oh, well, yeah, but the XRP tech's amazing and whatever. Go and look at the XRP price. Anyway, here you go. Pros and cons. Offers innovative ways for large groups, blah, blah, blah. Go through this, understand what it means. Here you can see you got the summary down the bottom. One thing I want to pay attention to perhaps is the cons. A lot of cons that you will see within kind of new projects are things like not really sure about kind of their way that they're going to enter in the market, etc. And that's probably because a lot of techie people who've built this have not necessarily thought how this markets and how it sells. And that can be something that maybe should cause a little bit of concern. But remember, we're getting in it. for like a short period of time, getting ourselves like 2-3x gains and then getting out and finding something else. And then all these people who are like, oh, well, I don't want to buy this and sell this because all the fees are expensive on Coinbase and I can't afford to do it. Well, guys, go to MEXC, link down below in the description, where it's literally like 0% fees to trade different crypto coins. Also, if you use that link, you get a bonus. And if you're in some parts of the world, then you won't be able to use it without a VPN. Then go and get yourself a NordVPN, link down below, guys. 4 months extra free. And then it's like $2.50 per month to be protected. And you can see I am protected because I'm connected to a NordVPN. If you are trading using MetaMask or whatever, then people can spy on what you're doing. They can then go and steal your seed phrases and hack into your accounts and pull all your crypto away from you. A NordVPN stops that happening. It's a no-brainer, and it is 100% an essential tool, in my opinion, about what you should have in your arsenal for crypto trading. And if you use that link down below, you'll get a better deal than anyone is even offering for NordVPN, because you get 4 months free. No-brainer. So guys, all these coins available on MEXC, like nearly 4,000 different tokens that are all there. Okay, use MEXC to trade, stick it in a hardware wallet, easy. Okay, so now obviously I would spend a little bit more time, but I'm just rushing it through for this video and your benefit, because I know you've got things to do. So, you know, we've got our benefits. We looked at Claude and everything like that. Now, also, we can go click on the team. We can go and find out some stuff about the team. If these guys have got experience in previously successful crypto projects, that's a very big win, okay? Now, looking down through the team, you can see that we have like very transparent team here. We've got lots of information about each of these individuals, where they've come from, stuff they've been working on, their experiences. Perfect, okay? Go and understand that this is a team that we want to be investing in, because that's an important thing to look at, etc. People who've been in computer science pretty much their entire life, former CEOs of other companies. You can go and look up this Maxbox VR, don't know what that is, but go and find out about it. Various different companies, Rothschild Company Group, Credit Suisse. These are big names, okay? This is good. Look at socials. And now, what are we talking about? Well, we know why this guy was investing in this Agorist, because Agorist looks very interesting. I'm not saying you invest in it, but, you know, go and take a look. This is just, you know, running through how I do things, okay? Now get across to Twitter, which is also known as X. Give them a follow if you so want. Now what we can do, 9,640 followers, okay? Not necessarily enormous, but that's okay, because remember, we're not looking for huge amounts of followers right now. We're looking for the first signs of growth in a particular move. I can come down below and I can see, you know, how much they're posting really here, and how kind of like much is it getting interacted with, okay? If we're getting like lots of views and things like that, that's not too bad. They've got AMAs with like thousands of people watching. That's pretty good to see, okay? And you can come down below and see more kind of interactions. The more interactions, the more active the community, the more they're kind of supporting. Take this phrase here, copy it, go to twitterscore.io, paste that in there, guys. And then what? Hit that little search magnifying glass. And then you can see that it doesn't have necessarily the most inspiring kind of looking Twitter score, okay? Starting to build here, 17. Go down below, who are they kind of following? But you can see the Twitter score starting to pick up here. So maybe it's worth waiting a couple of days, seeing what happens to this particular coin, whether or not you start to get kind of followers and things coming in. Remember that guy who we just looked at on Nanson? Maybe knows something we don't. Maybe he knows, or she knows, that there's some big event that's coming up in the next couple of days. Some announcement, some partnership that we really don't know about, that's going to suddenly explode this to having a following of like 20 times the size. All these coins that you've seen pumping recently, like a month ago or 2 months ago, no one even had heard of them. Okay, this is how we're finding these kind of top quality coins potentially that are like the new ones that no one's talking about, okay? Because that's where we want to make money. You don't want to buy shit that people have been talking about that's been pumping for the last like month or 2 months, because then you're just going to be the exit liquidity. Okay, so right now, would I personally invest in that? Well, maybe I would, okay? Maybe my strategy from now on would be to follow this guy for the next kind of 10 trades he makes. If those 10 trades do well, then maybe my strategy is, yeah, I will just chuck money into whatever he invests in. I'll put $100, $1,000, $10,000 into every coin that he talks about. But worth paying attention to what these coins and things do, because then I've got more confidence. If that coin starts to pull back a couple of days, then I know what's coming. I need to hold because I think it's going to get here. I think it's going to get here, whatever. Okay, that's very, very important. But from just like scanning across here for 5-10 minutes, kind of why not, okay? Maybe I'd like to see the social starting to get going a bit more, but this could be a winner. So what did we do? How did we get here? Well, first of all, we went across to CoinGecko. I wanted to find 2 sort of slightly smaller market cap coins that people haven't really heard of, or people don't talk about in general, that have been doing really well. We chose Autonolas, and we also chose Epic Prime. From these, I then came across to Nanson and I clicked on token overlap and then I pasted both the different tokens into here. From that, I got led to this page where I then found that there was 123 holders who held both. And then I could find the ones at the top who've been performing the best, okay? One we were looking for, people who had kind of like a fairly even spread of either or, didn't really matter, okay? But people who had got like a kind of a bigger sense of gains in all of these. You can go through and you can click on a few different ones and see different coins and things they're holding. In fact, this one I've literally just clicked on here has actually got 646k and has actually had an absolute stormer and perhaps even performed better than the one we've just looked at. Very straightforward, right? Then what do? We then click on transactions. Then on the transaction side of things, we can go and look at what coins and things they've been buying and selling. Here you can see a day ago they bought RVF with a $56 million market cap, which is pretty small. Then we went across, looked at the project, looked at the socials, used Claude AI to break it all down. If that was too fast and too much information, then subscribe. And the more you see it again, it's going to compound and you're going to understand it. Or get into the free Telegram link down below. And in the next day or two, we will be releasing the premium tier membership, where on a day-to-day basis, you can talk to you can be in the ultimate alpha group of this crypto bull market. And as well, you can look over my shoulder day to day as we go through different charts, different methods like this, and I will show you what coins I am buying. I'll show you my portfolio and I'll show you so much more. Hopefully, guys, see you there soon. Hit that like button, subscribe. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.